Like it's not looking too bad. I mean, yesterday was a dark day. The day before was a dark day. People were freaking out. If you went on crypto Twitter yesterday, B-Roots, you would have thought that the world was set on fire. You would have thought that we hit a $0 Bitcoin. Like if you were on there, the sentiment on Twitter yesterday was ridiculous. And I saw your tweet too. You're like, these types of things don't worry me. You know, it's like I've been through many, many cycles, and look, today we're back up to around close to a $900 billion market cap. Actually, $900 billion as of right now. A 17.789 Bitcoin, 17,789 Bitcoin. For me, man, I try to invest unemotionally. When the markets were dipping, I was buying more of these said tokens, right? And even the riskier ones like Solana, and we'll talk about it in a second, but Polkadot, Cardano, Ethereum, like I was doubling down on all my investments. But how are you feeling today, man? Wild week in the crypto market. We're going to talk about all that and more. And welcome everybody to the Crypto King Show with Dominic 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗧. We'll be bringing our other guest in here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's very simple. Yes, I was wrong about the actual bottom being in.
Oh, we'll get there in a second. We're going to have our time on that. We're going to have our time on that.
I actually wasn't wrong, but I'll save that for later.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
The 300-week moving average that I told you about is at 17.9. Now, of all that shit that I've been talking about all this time, there he is. There we go.
What's up, fellas?
All this time.
Come on, Doom King. Let's get a round in.
Right next to the 300-week moving average. And that's why I said
he's got the hat on. So for those that don't know, and B-Roots, I think your mic is a little bit low. I don't know if you can turn it up. I don't know if the you're not paying your electricity bill after being wrong on the Bitcoin bottom, but the mic's a little bit low on that. But so for those that are watching at home, the Moon King has been saying that the Bitcoin bottom has been in. I heard it at 17.2 thousand. And I think people were thinking it was 17.5, but he called 17.2. Guys, he was right for 6-7 months. And it was actually very, very impressive. Like it touched 17.5 and went back up. He uses a 300-week moving average. And as you can see, the person below me, Dom, the CEO of Vempire, aka the Doom King, was saying, B-Roots, there is no way in hell that the bottom is in. And to Dom's credit too, that's why the show is so great. He was saying that we can't predict certain events like these black swan events, like Sam Bankman-Fried using customer funds to fund his own company and basically being insolvent. So
you actually, every single, can you hear me better?
Yeah, we can hear you better now.
All right, every single one of you should literally go back to that last episode, and there was so much true information
about everything.
Whether it's what Dom said or whether I said these exchanges are going to shut down, they're going to be a big wick, you're not going to get anything. And then I was saying
Seriously.
Dom's probably going to get some type of low that doesn't even have anything to do with bonds and stocks. And we talked about that. Like there was so much packed in that.
And I said 95% certainty, 95% certainty, 48 hours before, and you laughed at me. Well, you ain't laughing now, are you?
Dom, explain the hat. Is it your birthday?
You know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing? I'm laughing because Dom, I said if I'm wrong, and I actually made this exact form of my hands right now. I said if I'm wrong, it will go to 15.5. And you said no. I said no, it will go to 15.5. You will get front ran your $13,000, and it's going to go right back up above the 300-week moving average. It went to 15.5, and we are right back up to the 300.
It actually went to like 15.7 because that got front ran a little bit.
Well, it depends on what you look. It depends on what you look at because you gotta follow Bitstamp. If you don't follow Bitstamp, so what's that number? The low on Bitstamp.
I'm not on Bitstamp.
Bitstamp.
Yeah, you are. You are.
TradingView?
See.
Bitstamp is the OG. All right, so the low was 15.632.
Yeah, 15.632.
So it got front ran. Dom, there will never be a 4,000 Bitcoin. I'm sorry, but and I know you changed your opinion on it a little bit too, Dom. I've been watching you. The Doom King is starting to see some positivity, and I like it.
Well, I thought that there would be a bounce, hence why I averaged in on Colt and Vemp yesterday, and I'm up 20% on both of those buys. And I've taken the majority of my risk off of my shorts, which I cleaned up on. And yeah, just been using those profits to buy back and burn Vemp. See, that's why don't fade the macro. But I mean, 4,000 I still think is a possibility, but I don't think it stays down there, but it will be a wick. You can see just how panic-stricken everything everything got. But I mean, it was never going to go down a straight line, and it's still, sort of bouncing up. But I mean, there's a lot of trapped longs, and this little bump is a hell of an opportunity for the amount of blown up hedge funds, which we don't yet know. Just like 𝗖𝗍𝗧 came out, that was a few days after. There was people ringing them up trying to get their money from them for days, and everyone was ignoring them. And then we found out, and then we got a new low. So I think it's too early to discount the collateral damage. We don't yet know whether Alameda has still got to liquidate their assets, whether they had already done it. There's a lot of things in the air, but yeah, I still think, unfortunately, the thing is, my base case, like I said, when things go so like unpredictable, there's always something that blows up somewhere, and you can't predict where it's going to go. And so that's why you have what happened with FTX just now. But again, that wasn't my base case. Like the overall like shithousery of the economy, which is still there, like is still to come. That was my base case, and this is on top. So unfortunately, I do think that like when we bounce, like you can see in the stock market, NASDAQ up 6%, S&P 4.5%, like it's violent moves. But that's because there's so many bears. Therefore, when people get stopped, it just triggers up and up and up. So there's still money to be made in longs, but I'm still a seller of rallies for now.
Absolutely.
Jake, go back to that. Go back to that comment, Rice ETR, because I saw it pop up.
I mean,
let me pull up that comment.
That is the good thing too, Dom. Like you're a developer with Vemp, and you're hedging for up and down. So either way, Vemp's winning, and that's why I love. I feel secure and safe with Vemp because that's why people are selling their cars to buy more Vemp.
Yeah.
Who's selling their cars to buy more Vemp?
The next Moon King, man. I am raising up another Moon King.
Yeah.
So when I disappear off the beaches and just disappear from the space, there is somebody that can take the Moon King II and take my position.
Yeah, you should play that video, man, because I mean he is
cool.
so confident in Dom's leadership and his shorting the market.
Send me it. I haven't seen it. Send me it on Twitter. I haven't seen it yet. And
well, he's got multiple videos.
Funny Donald.
Multiple videos. He's got multiple videos of selling what he's going to do.
Send me the best one.
He's basing it not off my calls, but like he's basing it on how I actually attack crypto.
That's great. I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
He's doing it right.
Send me the best one, guys. We have 80 people in here. If you haven't yet and you're ready for a good show, hit that like button, guys. We have a good show. Is it a funeral for B-Roots? We might be hosting a little funeral for B-Roots here, guys. Hit that like button if you're enjoying it. But SBF just posted a message about 2 hours ago, and he starts it off by saying, "I'm sorry." That's the biggest thing. Should we try to read in his voice? I fucked up and should have done better. I also should have been communicating more very recently, transparently. My hands were tied during the duration of the possible Binance deal. I wasn't particularly allowed to say much publicly, but of course, it's on me that we ended up here in the first place. So here's an update. This is all about FTX International. The non-US exchange FTX US users are fine, which is big, guys, because I have a lot of friends that aren't necessarily in the crypto space, but they're friends that have crypto, and they have their money on FTX US. So they're actually fine, and they're breathing very, very good right now. But anyways, he goes into the story about what happened. I want to talk about one puzzle piece here at the very end. If you guys want to read this, it's pinned to the top of my profile here. Now, he calls out CZ Binance. Now, as you guys know, CZ Binance put the tweet out about 72 hours ago saying to his 8 million crypto followers that he's going to be selling his $500 million bag of FTT due to recent allegations. He then said Sam Bankman-Fried called him in order to buy FTX, in which he said that he was going to be buying FTX. Then he said, because of the given situation and the U.S. government regulating and looking into FTX, he was no longer going to buy it. Now, is this rivalry over? We don't know. But you have to say, this is an interesting tweet, number 20, coming from SBF. He says, at some point, I might have to say, I might have more to say about a particular sparring partner, so to speak. He's referring to the CEO of Binance, CZ Binance. But glass houses. So for now, all I'll say is, well played, you won. Do you guys think there was any manipulation on the end of CZ Binance?
No, man.
This whole thing is manipulation.
There's no manipulation in the markets, bro.
This is what
it's all fair. It's all fair. No corruption.
Look, it's what I think I mentioned it. Like I mentioned it on another stream that we did, and it's like people like this happens in Wall Street 24/7. Like, you know, you are around sharks, and if you show weakness or they find weakness, which CZ obviously did, he will take everything from him, and he did. Like there's no friends in this, and he saw an opportunity to take out a major competitor, because at the end of the day, if SBF hadn't fucked up, then he wouldn't have been able to do it. It's all on him. Like the people blaming CZ, he's blaming CZ. I love how he went from what was it? So at first he tweeted out about how it was a competitor. There's no problem at all. Everything is secure. Then he tweets out about buying it. Like CZ is like such an amazing figure in decentralization. I couldn't think of somebody better. Well, and now he's moaning again just because he got caught out. Like the guy's a snake. Like I tweeted like he was born on Stanford University campus. Both of his parents are professors. Like honestly, it's just another silver spoon arsehole ruining it for everyone. Like you can't believe a word he said, which is why he hates CZ. Oh, I love him, and now he hates him again. Like false. Like a word he says cannot be trusted.
A snake.
He will just flip flop to whatever, like the way the wind blows.
He's a snake. Yeah, I agree. I mean, but so it does appear CZ is trying to appear to be the good guy in crypto space, but it's like he saw an opportunity to crush a major competitor, and he did it. And he did it in the most respectable way possible, right? Like, hey, he almost did it as he was the hero. He crushed him with a tweet, said he was going to buy it to be the good guy, and then says, hey, we can't buy it. The books are too dirty. We're going to walk away and do what's best for us. Like, CZ is still a hero, and he just crushed one of the biggest competitors that they have in the crypto space, arguably number 2 crypto in the world.
See, that's how you do it. And the thing is, again, he's played it very, very well in terms of what was under his control was the way that he did it in terms of like, you know, mentioning what he mentioned. Like he played it very, very well. He knew what he was doing, but you cannot, anyone who's blaming CZ for this, like has just got bias. Because if somebody shows you that they've got a losing hand, you're going to take their money. And that's what he did.
Absolutely.
Bottom line is this whole thing was plotted from the beginning.
Yeah.
In my opinion, just like we talked about last week, the manipulation in this space is ridiculous. And just happened to be the very few days later this happens. I find out. I'm gonna put it this way. No businessman, and this goes to CZ and anyone who read that tweet. No businessman is going to make a decision to buy $1 billion company and make that tweet without talking it over time. Now, I know he said it depends on this, it depends on that, but you don't make a decision that fast, that quick.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, this has been in the background for some time.
Yeah,
and for it to come out, and then a couple tweets while everything's dropping, I'm just like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, let's be for real.
I agree. And you look at the FTX president 2 months ago, him stepping down. I remember a tweet saying FTX president CEO steps down. And the reasoning being was to relax more. I was like, but that was when FTX was that was literally the reason. That was when FTX was trusted too. So I was like, there's probably nothing to worry about. But I kept in the back of my mind. And then
it must be stressful having $8 billion of client funds that you got.
Imagine. And then the FTX US CEO, I believe, or maybe it's the CEO of FTX and the president of FTX US. And anyways, leadership team, the FTX US, I think it was the president. He stepped down about a month later. And this was when Sam Bankman-Fried was the hero. He was buying Voyager. And I just remember thinking, like, there's something up with FTX. I don't know what it is. You look at their volume, they were doing like, 5 or 6 billion a day. Everything looked fine. And then it turns out they became insolvent.
He put out the tweet, didn't he? They're saying that there were already crypto exchanges that were insolvent. And the reason he knew that is because he knew he was. And therefore, it can't just be him. His thing still holds weight. There is almost certainly, especially after this, like what people don't realize, like these exchange tokens. I was having this debate with somebody talking about, somebody was calling FTT and just like saying it was similar to BNB. I said, bollocks. It's not. BNB powers a blockchain. Solana was like SBF's gas token. The FTT, what utility did it have? Like, oh, if you stake enough of it, you get tiered access to IEOs, and you can, sweep dust and put it into the FTT token. Like, it's the same bollocks as everything else. Like all of these other ones, you've got one sitting up there. Every single exchange has this token. They look after the whole liquidity pot. Like, how much of all of these exchange tokens are on a DEX? Like, nothing. And if you control the liquidity, then like you can see these, like some of them in the top 50 cryptos still. And there is no organic demand for them whatsoever. Nobody wants to buy them ever except on the exchange.
Yeah.
So like that is a time bomb. And I'm very surprised that we're not seeing much more pressure on these exchange tokens, because honestly, what is the utility apart from like some sort of like tiered thing for IEOs, which aren't even happening?
Staking is it really as well. Like crypto.com, you get 8% and you get your credit card, you get debit card points and different tiers, right? So it's like there's no real utility when you're looking at it like that.
I just can't believe Tom Brady was a paid shill for them.
I know. What a scam artist, huh?
What a scammer, bro.
Dude, how about the Larry David commercial? I don't know if you guys remember that from the Super Bowl. How do we find it? His name is...
Bro, that's so bad.
Wait till you see this video. Wait till you see this. Dude, they had everybody. They had all the Steph Curry. They had Tom Brady. They bought the Miami naming rights for 25 years. They sponsored a gaming team. Like, dude, it is the biggest scam that we're going to see go down in history. And I believe this is the Black Swan event that one of the Black Swan events that Dom was talking about. Now, let's watch this video from Larry David. Guys, he was trying to warn us. Give it a second for my absolutely broke Wi-Fi to figure it out.
Yes.
Oh, you be quiet down there. You're still wrong about the Bitcoin bottom. Jeez. Hey, you're still wrong about the Bitcoin bottom. You don't talk yet. You don't talk yet.
Man, how much are they? Like, gosh,
dude, I pay like
afford internet, bro.
I pay $132. It's just, hey, when you live in a nice area by the beach, they can't come in and do construction. So we still have the same cords from the 1960s. But anyways, back to Larry David, guys. Larry David was literally getting paid by FTX, and he was trying to warn us on the Super Bowl on the biggest stage, and no one listened to Larry David.
And still buffering.
Hey, the thing is, like, dude, look how like
why did you vote for Gavin Newsom again? Because he's not going to help fix this.
I did, bro. Don't ever put my name and that man's name in the same sentence.
Oh my gosh, Jay.
Share it on your screen.
I heard you got a kiss from Joe Biden.
A what?
Nah, that was his 10-year-old niece.
Dom, you can't say that in America.
That was the picture thing.
Sorry, I forgot about our conversation about.
We're gonna try this again.
We're
gonna try this again, guys, one more time, or else I'm just gonna send it to 𝗪𝗧𝗛 and have him pull up on his great. Oh, now it's working.
It's a safe and easy way to get.
Oh, god darn rug wireless.
That's what happens when you hold a big bag of Solana. You got
your mouth. Jake, shut your proof of memes mouth right now before I come down there. Shut your proof of memes mouth.
The price crashes so hard, bro. You gotta get that discount.
Pull this up on your stream. I'm rugging. This is.
Are you able to hear my volume though? How's that work?
Yeah, that's better. Shout out to Cox Internet, guys. Best internet in California. We love you guys. Thanks so much.
Give me free internet, free month.
Like, how bad are they, dude? It's like, but also though, on the same note, like I'm streaming on here, so it's working fine. It just happens. I don't know. Maybe it's the bandwidth. I don't know anything about internet, but that is
it. So the volume is gonna go through here.
No, yeah, we're good.
Okay.
No, Dom's pulling it up. But anyways, 𝗪𝗧𝗛 posted a funny video of me, I guess, like Joe Biden kissing me. No one liked it. No engagement. So I have to, as I always do.
It's politics. All right. No.
He never lets me talk. He always cuts me off. Like, I'm talking.
He didn't let me talk either. Trust me.
And he just cuts us off. Hey, you want to go? Go ahead.
This is what I want you to do. I want you to do this. Start at mine. Start at your rebuttal. And then start at my ending the one I did this morning. I don't care if I get no engagement on it.
I didn't see anything this morning. I unfollowed your ass.
Jake, just admit you did not work out this morning. I can tell.
I did 6 a.m. yoga.
That's not working out.
6 a.m. hot yoga, Bikram yoga. Dom, when was the last time you got in the gym, son?
I don't
He
need
says
to.
that's not working out.
Well, he's used to Solana going down, so he's doing practicing his downward dog.
Anyway, so let's look at the rebuttals. Let's look at these. So this was 𝗪𝗧𝗛's. First off, everybody knows I did not like. I'm very middle, but I did not vote for Joe Biden at all. I just live in California. Why is the crypto market crashing? Because Californian Jake Hagan votes for people who hate crypto freedom. Thanks a lot, Jake. I get no gains. Or I get the gains for voting for Gavin Newsom and Joe Biden. This right here is a desperate post. A desperate post from 𝗪𝗧𝗛 because he was getting wrecked on Twitter all day. So my rebuttal, he wants to go memes about me. I'll go memes about 𝗪𝗧𝗛. What I do, I thought, what can I do for 𝗪𝗧𝗛? Well, he's going to have to retire from YouTube and get a job. Apparently, there's a nice McDonald's down the road, and he's going to be the manager. So I had to Photoshop and give the update that the Moon King has decided to start a new career at McDonald's after becoming insolvent while incorrecting the Bitcoin bottom of 2022. Honestly, some great comments here from our friends, from the Moon King to Burger King. Shout out to Bleeds for that comment. He is the Mick King, says Dom, who's actually on the stream right now. The Mick King. Ian just liked it and laughed. And 𝗪𝗧𝗛, you posted something here. We deleted it. Why'd you delete your message?
Oh, busted.
I posted my gains from 𝗪𝗧𝗛 for about 30 seconds. And there's a good amount of people that saw that. And then I deleted it.
What were your gains?
What were your gains?
If you weren't there listening.
What were your gains?
If you weren't there in real time, you would never know.
Oh, well, good thing I took a screenshot. I took a screenshot. I got that forever, baby.
And he held that bag. He's holding the same bag all the way down right now. Or Solana.
Yeah, right. So then go back to mine. Go back to mine today. Don't just end it there.
Why?
I
did one. I did one.
I have the knockout. I have the knockout one.
You did one. I did one.
No. Go on Twitter. Look at my pinned message.
Dude, you're despicable. You're literally despicable. He pins his message and shit. Like, dude, this guy, like, first off, you do realize that he gets no engagement unless he mentions me in his tweets. Like, if you like look at his tweets, if he doesn't say @JGagan, he gets 0 engagement. The only time he gets engagement is when he mentions me.
This has a lot to do about engagement.
My internet's broken.
Oh, come on, God. I ain't trying.
How am I trying it? You not see this?
You can't even scroll up. Just scroll up and read it first.
Oh. Yo, Jay Gagan, if I am McDonald's, you are LJS. All you do is fish for engagement for the battered, broken down crumbs of 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗪. Even when you put a tweet out trying to own me, I still own you. Sir, you spelled sir wrong too. It's SER. You are the definition of the crypto version of Long John Silver. 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗪. I've owned a little bit of 𝗪𝗧𝗪. 𝗪𝗧𝗪 did very well, 15,000x. You've never seen gains like that in your life. And Solana back at $20 today. So, dude, you get wrecked on everything. Don't get it? Okay, allow me to explain.
Oh my God.
And your video doesn't load because it's
you
too shitty.
have to watch that video.
I'll watch it.
You need to watch that video because you will laugh your ass off.
I will watch it. That is my
bring it up. Let the community watch it right now. Like, why are you afraid of bringing it up?
I tried to bring it up. It did not bring it up.
Why don't we check out Moon King II, because he just sold his entire car. He sold his car to buy more Vemp.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Did you really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You should sell your Tesla and buy more proof of me. I just can't buy Vemp.
Jake bought his Tesla. He's so wrecked. He bought his Tesla at the absolute wrong time. You could have got, like, if you just bought Bitcoin, you would have been up 10% more. Like, you bought your Tesla at the absolute wrong time. Like, you bought the bottom. You sold the top.
Yeah.
After a crash, 2 days later, you're like, yeah, I bought a Tesla. And then the market crashes. You just sit there like,
yeah. You know what, 𝗪𝗧𝗪? You can do that when you're heavily liquid. You can buy Teslas. I know you're over there sweating with that house and that car and the Bugatti. When you're liquid, you can buy Teslas at the bottom. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect you.
Sounds like deploying more capital.
Steady, lads. Deploying more capital. Guys, trust me. All funds are good here. We're okay. 24 hours later. All right, guys. Sorry. I fucked up. Little Sam Bankman retweet. I think we have this video. Okay, good. All right. Thank goodness. We have a video here. Hopefully, everybody say a prayer. Hopefully that this thing will play. Is this the video you're talking about? Wife thinks I'm crazy. I promise you I'm going to change their lives. Cult is the way. Vemp is the way. I sold my car to buy the dip.
Start off with the original though, man. Like, he explains what he's doing.
Okay.
In his original video. So click on his name.
Okay.
This is
It's in the private chat. Do the private chat.
Yeah. I see the private chat.
Okay.
Yep.
Because you won't get it. So.
Okay. Let's
This
see.
guy's legit, man.
Who is he? Do we know?
Yeah, Dom knows
he's a
him.
guy that he goes to all my AMAs. He asks me questions. He's learning about crypto.
Moon King the second, bro.
Moon King the second.
I got a feeling it's not going to work.
Damn, Jake.
Oh my gosh, dude! Look at that! Look at that beautiful beach he lives on, Jake.
Does he live there?
Not like California's water.
Yeah,
California has nice beaches in Florida.
He can actually get in the water without like having frostbite. Like,
yeah, it's cold as shit out here. It's cold as shit here. We'll play this in a second. I'm gonna let it load in the background. I want to bring up a conversation that I think is important to chat about, and it's not about 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗧, guys. It's about the crypto space. So, I said we don't need more regulation. We need less assholes, aka Steve Ehrlich, Alex Mashinsky, Do Kwon, and fucking who's our most recent SBF running crypto exchanges and lending platforms. Do you agree? Do you think we need regulation after seeing these debacles, or do we just need less assholes? Dom, we'll start with you.
I would say that we need exchanges to publish their hot cold storage and their wallets, because the problem with exchanges and why people will send crypto there to hide trails is the fact that you deposit to an individual wallet, which is yours. But then if you look at that wallet on chain, you'll see that after a certain amount of days, it goes into a labeled gate.io account, for example. I think centralized exchanges are fine because some people do like the fact you don't have to pay gas. It's less complicated, arguably. But they should publish their hot and cold wallets, because if they don't, then there's no way of really tracking it. I know some people have tried to, but there's no way to prove what is or isn't. It's completely and the thing is, a lot of people don't realize, and hopefully it stops it now. Honestly, people, when you have your own token, all people want is for you to list on exchanges. They don't realize that to list on Gate.io or KuCoin, it costs $500,000 to $1 million all in.
Now, can I ask you a question on that? Let's say your token was to get listed on FTX. How much was FTX charging? And then also, what happens if, let's just say, a token got listed on FTX and they went under? Do you get that money back? Is it just gone?
I have no idea. I mean, I think that in terms of cost, I think so. The top exchanges Coinbase, the heavily regulated ones, you don't pay fees. There are no fees, but you're heavily encouraged to pay marketing tokens, which is pretty much the fee. Same with a lot of these, they say there's no fees, but then they ask you for a security deposit and shit tons of marketing tokens, which pretty much are the fees. But honestly, you deposit a 300k security deposit for market making. You pay 250k worth of tokens or whatever, and then the minute you list, the exchange dumps all the tokens right through your order book, just straight back onto you.
Do they really?
It happens every single exchange, every single time. But people are so desperate and think these exchanges are will somehow pump the price. But
we saw it with SHIB though. When SHIB got listed on these exchanges, the price pumped incredibly.
Yeah, but I think that's more to do with the fact the community were hyping it. As in, if you list on an exchange without community hype, just bought and paid for, you won't move. In fact, your price actually dumps. There's certain exchanges, I won't name them, but who I advise people whether to go with certain exchanges, because I know for a fact which ones just dump all your tokens. And also, they all arbitrage into your Uniswap liquidity. The exchanges, if your price on the exchange and you don't have market makers keeping it level with your DEX liquidity, the exchange will just dump on you because they can circumvent their exit withdrawals, and they just do it immediately. They have whole teams there, and their job is to just dump on you. That is just constant. And that's because they can buy it low and they control it. It's when people trade derivatives on these exchanges, you're playing poker with an open hand. They can see where your stop loss is and they will take it. They decide where the market goes. It's got nothing to do with anything else. People think that liquidity is all one big pot and everything follows it, but it doesn't. If I could get my market makers right now to go onto Bitmart and pump the price to $2 obviously, there's no point doing that because it just means that tons of people will buy elsewhere and dump it into the $2 price. So
that makes sense.
That's the reason you can get it that high, is because it's a singular separated market. There is no relevance to anything else, which is why you can't just, pump it tons unless you've got billions of capital like Alameda did. You can't just pump your own token to whatever price you want. But yeah, people think that these are all linked when in reality, they're not. And if you don't keep price level, the exchange will buy your token low and sell it into your own DEX liquidity.
So Don, let me ask again, yes or no? Do we need less assholes running crypto exchanges, or do we need more regulation?
I think we need, it's not a mixture. I just think if the exchanges open up, if the exchanges become transparent without regulation, it takes away the need for it.
Okay, fair.
So
proof of reserves.
They need to self-regulate themselves, and rather than purposely trying to hide their shadiness, just don't be shady and publish everything transparently, because then you have people to hold you accountable, and that encourages good behavior.
Yeah, I mean, Binance did, and we'll pull up their assets. It's insane how much money they have. I'm going to take the same question to Ian, and I have a different one. We have a Pulse Chain Hex crypto person come in here and say something about Richard Hart B-Roots. I'm going to allow him a chance to answer that comment in just a second. But Ian, from your experience, I mean, this is what I put out. You don't have to, you can agree or disagree, but I said we don't need regulation. I don't welcome regulation personally. We need less assholes. Like I said, SBF, Kwon, 3AC, Steve Ehrlich, Alex Mashinsky, scammers that should go to federal prison for a long, long time, running these exchanges. Do you agree? Do you want to see regulation, or do you just think that we need to clean it up ourselves?
Yeah, I just think there needs to be more transparency. The stuff with market making is crazy. Like, my eyes have been recently open to the crypto. B-Roots has kind of explained. I've read some articles about how, these big centralized exchanges work for crypto. I've known there's a ton of foul play, like with Robinhood and AMC. Like, they literally stopped the buy button. Like, you couldn't buy anymore because the price was pumping. And I mean, there just should be more transparency, in my opinion, with the exchanges. They need to actually tell the users, hey, there's not this much volume. We're holding the price. Like, market making is a little bit sketchy, and I just think people should know. And if it's their choice, if they want to deal with that, if they want to get into that. But no, I never think it's a great idea for the government to come in. But there needs to be more transparency, because people have no idea what's going on, and then they're confused on when crazy stuff happens. So
even Gavin Newsom, you don't want Gavin Newsom stepping in?
That's your boy. I can't believe you voted him back in, man.
I actually
believe it.
I won't say who I voted for, but I can tell you it was not him. Anyways, we have 145 people in here, guys. If you're enjoying it, make sure to smash that like button. We have a lot of good stuff coming. We just hit the 30-minute mark here. Now, B-Roots, I already know your answer to this, so I want to ask you a different question. Like, someone from the Hex community just came in, and I want to give you a chance to rebuttal. I know you like to rebuttal. He said Richard Hart was right. Why did B-Roots think that his bottom call would be more accurate than Richard Hart? What a poor plebe.
Pleb. Number one.
I was going to say for B. I was actually going to back B-Roots for once.
Let's go.
Isn't right. Richard Hart isn't right. He just hasn't, like, just because somebody was wrong doesn't make the other person right.
What did he say?
Like 10K, isn't it?
What did he say?
Yeah, so that's exactly it. I'm gonna tell you exact words, because this idiot that came on here trying to talk trash, and I'm gonna break down this whole comment real quick. Quote unquote, 11K and pray is what Richard Hart is. So I'm not saying Richard Hart is wrong yet, because we have an established officially bull market, but he is not right yet. Number two, what a poor pleb. So this person is a maxi. You can tell this person's a maxi.
By the name? What gives it away?
Yeah.
What gives it away?
It's very Richard Hart maxi.
And the verbiage.
There is not a single
plebe,
hexakin, pulsakin, whatever, that is a maxi that has established more gains than I have since Hex has been out. The person that bought the absolute bottom of Hex and sold the absolute top of Hex did not experience more gains than the Moon King. So when you say poor pleb, most likely this person is a poor pleb.
Well, let's give him a chance.
Still waiting on Pulse Chain. Still waiting on Pulse Chain to come out. They're probably still waiting for Pulse Chain to come out. hurting from this little crash. I promise you, I was laughing yesterday.
And they're coming for your head. We have another one, 𝗪𝗧𝗛. I'll give you a chance to respond to this. Is this a Pulse Chain Maxi as well? I can't tell. Pulse Chainer said, let's be real. Richard Hart pounded out 𝗪𝗧𝗛 once again. Richard Hart to launch chain at bottom of market like a top G like Andrew Tate, who might box Jake Paul, biggest boxing match of the year.
Oh, you ready? You ready for this? This is very easy. So you just said that he was launching the chain at the bottom of the market. When Pulse Chain first got announced, literally a year and a half ago, I said that Richard Hart was timing the market from day one. I got so much crap for that. And we're sitting here a year and a half later, and now everyone's talking about Pulse Chain's about to come out. Wait a second. The launch, the sacrifice was at what, $40,000 market cap, and now we're sitting at 15,000. So once again, you're calling it like a top G, that Richard Hart was a top, he's a G for doing that. Last time I remembered, I got a lot of crap for saying that he's been trying to time the market from the get-go. Once again, Moon King demolishes this guy.
I will say, I will say, and well, this is the same guy coming back. And I will say, this is the last one for the Pulse Chain drama with 𝗪𝗧𝗛. But I will say, 𝗪𝗧𝗛 did say that he's like, hey, Pulse Chain is ready, and Richard Hart is timing it. That was around like a 35 or 40K Bitcoin. So I will say that. And he said, wrong. He said, wrong. My biggest bag is 𝗪𝗧𝗏 and Volt. Chill, 𝗪𝗧𝗏. Richard Hart called top on the day when all experts said 250 to 500K Bitcoin. Did Richard Hart call the top? Huh?
That's a different guy.
Right.
There's two guys. This is the second guy.
Different guy. I said your biggest bag is 𝗪𝗧𝗏 and Volt. You did not hear what I just said.
What'd you say?
I said any Richard Hart maximalist, which means you will only buy Richard Hart products. If you bought Hex at the bottom, sold it at the top, there is not a single Hexagon that has established more gains than I did. I didn't say anything about 𝗪𝗏. I didn't say anything about Volt. I said if you bought only Hex, there's not a single Hexagon that established more gains. Now, with that said, Richard Hart did call the top on the day. He did. There are ways to figure that out. I have figured it out. I won't ever talk about it to a single person ever again. I will call the top on the day. I'm calling this right now, and I'm going to bring it up. I will call the top on the day, because I actually figured out a lot of shit during this bear market.
You're gonna call it every day.
I'm making this statement right now.
Just like you called the bottom, right? Just like you called the bottom.
No. I'm the Moon King, bro. I just get gains, man. I'm not good at picking up Long John Silver crumbs.
Yeah, you're not good. You're not good at calls. You're not good at making calls.
This account, there was an account that got hundreds of thousands of followers, and how they did it was they tweeted like months ago the exact like date that Queen Elizabeth would die.
Wow.
And then it came out later. What they did was when they started the account, they just like sent out 1,000 tweets, all of like every day of the year, naming it. And as soon as it happened, they just deleted every single other tweet. But it got this person hundreds of thousands of followers, and then they tweeted, "I'm going to expose like that aliens exist."
Wow.
And then they came out and just posted the sci-fi novel they've been working on, like
that aliens exist.
Climax.
I can promise Richard Hart didn't do that. I'll give it to him. He did call the top of the day. He did call the top of the day. I don't agree with 11K and Prey, but I do think he's timing the market with Pulse Chain.
Well, let's move on to our next conversation then, because it has to do with the bottom. Bitcoin is the bottom in, what was our low? Is it 15.7 now? Let's start with Ian on this one. Ian, 15.7 we just hit. I think we're around 17.2 thousand as of right now. Ian, is the bottom in?
11K and Prey.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
So like, holy shit.
Nah, man. Dude,
I'm the most bullish on the stream. He's always the most bullish on the stream.
Bullish, dude. But, you know, I mean, we do have a lot of stuff coming up. Like, Dom is right. Like, I've been talking to just some mentors of people that I also trust in the industry. And, I mean, we're going to turn the printers back on, like, eventually, you know. And, I mean, when is this going to end, you know? At some point, we have to really go through a recession. I don't know. I think it's going to be delayed. I think we'll make it past the next bull run. You know, I think it could go down to this level within a few hundred less, but I think the 15, I don't think it's going to break down to the next level around 11,000. So I'd say the bottom's in as far as in the 15s. It could break below 100 or so, but I'm not going to say the exact number. It's not exactly in, but I think it's not going to break 15,000.
Perfect. Let's go to the Moon King next, and then we're going to get our daily dose of doom from Dom. Moon King, is the bottom in at the 15.7 range that we saw?
My Moon King prediction of 15.5 actually was go up to 29-30K, crash 50% down to 15.5. That's capitulation. This is a capitulation. So that was always my thing is, yes, we can break that prediction of 17.5 being low, but it has to be done with a wick after going up and then crashing down. Is the bottom in now? I don't think we've seen a capitulation event.
Awesome.
So,
so no.
So with that said, I don't know and I don't care, because anything under the 300-week moving average based off of history and finances, I still will go back to that every single time, is an opportunity for anything.
Agreed. I agreed. So the answer, so it's a no, but it's a buying opportunity. I'll go next because I don't know if I can follow up the Doom King with his predictions. Although I don't know what they're going to be today, but I would say no. Just looking at everything that's happening in the macro space as well, and I don't think this FTX thing is even close to over. And as Dom said too, I do think we'll probably see other exchanges becoming insolvent. I think there's more pain. And then you're also looking at, like, I have a LinkedIn and I have a bunch of colleagues on LinkedIn. Every tech company is laying off. Twitter laid off people. Meta laid off 11,000 people. My old company, Zendesk, laid off a couple thousand people. Like, the recession is coming, and I think that's going to have an impact on crypto. So I don't believe the bottom is in. I don't know exactly where it's going to be. I'm not going to call it. I think it. Yep. 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗧𝗏.
Good. Finish. I just want to.
You'll come in next. I don't believe the bottom is in, but I do think we'll see more pain. I don't think we'll go below 8,000. Hopefully, it's not even close to 8,000, around 11,000. But I think we're going to go lower than 15.
So 11K and pray.
No, I think that's a possibility.
If within the next 2 weeks we're above 20,000, I would be more interested in saying the bottom is in. But yeah. I you gotta react and see.
And now, so, everybody,
the price is going down.
Dun, 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 dun.
The price goes up. So go ahead.
And everybody say your prayers, because it's about to get really scary. Dom, let me ask you.
Do the finger thing. Do the finger thing.
Dom, let me ask you, Dom. Is the Bitcoin bottom in?
No. No, definitely not. I mean, I was thinking 4 to 5K, and with general economic conditions, let alone the fact that we've had all this FTX stuff on top. I mean, I still think that is the area. If you look at the stock market, the trend of sort of bear markets and where they have bottomed is, I think it's 7% below the previous one. You had 2018, then you had March 2020, and then you have this current one. So there's a lot more to come, and I'll see if I can find this chart.
It was always double, wasn't it? I thought it was double or 10x. Or not double. Double is what I want to say.
What do you mean?
What do I want to say? I gotta make sure I say this right, because we're dealing with like numbers in history.
And it's recorded.
So I believe that right. Usually the top, it's double the top, I believe. So I think the previous bear market top was it 1,800? And then the low of the next cycle was like 3,000, which would make the low, surprisingly, of this one in the 6 to 8. So this would go to your prediction.
So I think I'm trying to get up a representation that I showed somebody else of. Oh, it's because I searched on my own, but there's a good chart.
And guys, before he does this, 175 people in here. If you haven't yet, hit that like button. It's free. We got the Doom King on here about to make us depressed. So make us happy by hitting that like button. Doom, take it back.
So
Back to you, Doom.
So
Go on, Moon King. I'm still trying to find this chart.
Moon, you can go. We got Moon, Doom.
Back to you, Moon.
All right, yeah, you threw me up. So the last top was in 2013. Well, not the last, but the top was in 2013. That high was 1,100. The bottom of the 2018 crash was actually 3,200. So that's about 3x of the top of the last one. So that would mean the 3x on top of the bottom of that last one would put you at 9,000.
Feel free to share your screens too. That way people in the audience can see. And we got Bleaves in the house. What's up, Bleaves? You'd like to speak to one of you two, I think.
I'm getting 2 charts up. 2. Here we go.
Let's go, baby. Give us the Doom. And I just sent Bleaves an invite. He said he'd like to speak to the manager of Proof of Memes, and I think that's 𝗖𝗎𝗓. So we got Bleaves coming up here potentially to come join the Crypto Kings and Dom on the show if he's available.
Share screen. Let's go for tabs.
And okay. Kendall said, I'll pull your screen up in just a second. Don't forget, Richard Hart called out Luna, FTX, and especially Celsius savings lives. I've been recommending so many in Moon Kings. Oh, we don't have to read that. Anyways, but Richard Hart has been right a lot.
I didn't see it.
What did he say?
It was just fun. I would just pull it up because, but he said, Richard Hart saves lives. I've been wrecked on so many of Moon King's rug calls, but never by Richard Hart. But in all fairness, I will say this.
I don't know. Anyone that bought Hex at 45 cents pretty thinks they got rugged because they're down 95%. Just like
let me say this too because I shit on 𝗖𝗎𝗓𝗧 a lot. He has made some bad calls, but it's like he also has made a lot of people a lot of money, and that's why he has the following he does. So it's like he's wrong sometimes, but dude, everyone's wrong in the microcap space. Out of all the microcap people I follow, he's right more than anybody else. So I will say that.
It's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You know?
Oh shit! And guys, let's also welcome in Bleaves Crypto as well. Dom, go ahead and explain the chart. And Bleaves, welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, baby? You came in a perfect time for.
I need to speak to the manager of Proof of Memes. I need to speak to the manager of Pulse Floki. I need to speak to the manager of Pulse Doge. I need to speak
don't let me bring up your chart, bro.
Hey, look, I was going along with it yesterday, but I know I agreed with you when you said that the bottom was in. So I was wrong on that too. So
is my chart up?
You think it's in now, please? You think the bottom's in now?
No, I think it's going lower.
Yeah.
Smart fella.
Your chart's up, Dom. Give us the Doom, baby. Bring on the Doom. Bring on the pain.
Oh, gosh.
So I know you like history. You said it yourself, 𝗖𝗎𝗓𝗧, that you like history. You know what we're looking at right here?
What are we looking at?
It looks very, very similar, doesn't it? Almost too similar.
What is this?
The green line. The green line is 2008, and the white line is this year.
It's identical.
Exactly. So this is the S&P 500.
Oh, we're fucked.
Then, let me show you the
look at December. Oh, we are.
Wait. Can you explain that a little bit? Can you explain? Sorry, I'm not trying to like stop.
Yeah, explain it.
I'm just trying to explain it. So the green line is just basically taking 2000. Like, don't look at the chart behind it. It's just saying this is what the chart of 2008 looked like, and the white is what we are now. Correct?
S&P 500, 2008, and then 2022.
Okay. Yeah, my eyes just went to like March and then all that. So that's why I'm looking.
So that's S&P 500, and this is the volatility index. And it's the exact same thing, 2008 versus right now with 12-day shift. So if we look today, in fact, after we had this, 6.5% jump, the VIX hit the lowest point since here. So right now, the VIX has just nestled here. If we look, let's take a
Dom, do me a favor too. For the 180 people that are watching at home and they don't know what the volatility index is, can you kind of explain that?
Yeah,
So the VIX.
So we're about to pump or what?
Well, the VIX is a
Looks good.
tool that measures volatility. So if you are shorting, if you are long the stock market and you're betting on prices going up, what you might do is buy a little bit of the VIX, because that means if there is volatility and the stock market drops, your VIX play will print. So if you think there is going to be chaos, you buy the VIX. And right now, so if we look at the VIX chart today, so we are down to, I'm looking at the November index. So what level are we at here? So we're down, we dropped all the way today down to like 23. So yeah, we're like filling this gap here. So if we are following the 2008 analogy, which so far you can see on both the VIX we are, and if we get this back up, you can see the S&P as well.
Yeah,
is following it. Then
Identical.
there is something around the corner. It's time that something blew up in the market, and that's like a FTX, but in the stock market. Because again, just like with crypto, when you have crazy moves, you have people making dumb decisions and blowing other people's money, and then obviously they need to pay somebody out. And again, you got to think about this. FTX just got invested in at billions of dollars valuation. They owe $11 billion. That's not to crypto companies. That's just a whole, and somebody is on the other side of that.
Tom Brady.
Well, yeah, but again,
chill.
This thing is going to spread out. I'm not saying FTX is what's going to cause this drop in the stock market. Certainly not. But there is contagion with these things, and almost certainly something has broken in the stock market at some point as well, because it has been mental out there. The moves, like even today, we've rallied 6% on the NASDAQ. Huge move. You can bet your bottom dollar there were a hell of a lot of hedge funds who are short, and they would have lost a hell of a lot of money. And when they lose money, then stuff just dominoes. And on top of all this, property market hasn't even gone yet. Mortgage rates still highest they've ever been. So if we follow this trend, there is something around the corner, and it's not going to be pretty.
And Dom, on that note, real quick too, it's like, look, you just showed two charts here that are comparing it. I'll go ahead and
don't you think they'll turn the money printers on, Dom? And also, I was talking to my hedge fund guy. He said the S&P dropped 3% and then it went back up. Like that's like it's making moves that are you can't really. It's
Max
hard to
Max Payne market, as in it's there to make sure that you saw it with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was doing the best it's ever done. Everybody was getting bullish, and then FTX happens. Like you have this, it's called Max Payne market, and that's because the market is controlled by market makers.
So it's a black swan event. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so you'll find that these things happen when there is poor liquidity in the market. When big players have pulled out, it's always big players who know first when something has broken. And what happens when big players stop playing is the market gets very illiquid because they're no longer in the market, which means it's very easy for the market to rally because there's no resistance. It's just like buying into thin air. It just keeps going up. Like when you buy into a small liquidity pot on uni, you pump it by 100%. And that's what happens when the big players step out. So you tend to get this sort of fake little pump before it tanked. You can see it on the Bitcoin chart. Every time it had that big old spike down, it was rallying beforehand. And that's the Max Payne market. And when it swings and you have the CPI, you'll go up, you'll go down, you'll make sure that you stop out the early bears, then stop out the early bulls, and then go straight back up. Which is why with like all of these like news events, you should always wait to decide a direction, because you can bet that there's a market maker waiting for you to get long like 30 seconds after, and they'll just destroy your stop, whichever way you do it. So yeah, market is very, very swinging at the moment. Like tight stops just don't get anything. Yeah,
Let's share this now too. This is coming from Bleaves. And guys, This is why this is the #1 show on crypto. Guys, if you haven't yet, smash that like button. So much education coming on. Bleaves, take it away.
And let me throw a counter to this, because what Dom is saying is very important, and also it is likely to happen. And if you go back, because I've talked about this on my show, because this is where it is. This is exactly what he's talking about, and this is exactly how it played out. But one of the important things is, when I was looking at this, that had actually happened before, right here in an almost exact pattern, and we did not get that dip, and it just ran from there. So just because he's saying that we're here and that this is the event based on the way that it lines up and what the probable outcome is, does not mean that it will not turn on a dime and become something else. And let me just tell you, when everybody agrees with Dom that this is going down, it's going up. That's just that's the way the market works.
I agree with you, Dom.
When we start to predict all these things, when we start to predict all these things, and all of a sudden everybody in the market knows what's going on, nobody in the market knows what's going on. So if we all get a consensus that this is what it looks like, and that it looks like it's going down, then it could easily just reverse on a dime and do something entirely different.
We all disagree.
Apart from a negative, the CPI coming in under expectation. Suddenly, and you can see it by the 6% rally, everybody has suddenly turned bullish. And you can see the Fed speaker today, right? What's his name? The Fed speaker.
Nancy Pelosi.
No, I can't believe you voted for Gavin, bro.
So Fed's Meister, he was speaking today on the CPI print. October CPI print suggests some easing in inflation. Fed Meister, risk of tightening too little is greater than the risk of tightening too much. Labor market's still very tight. US economy will determine how high the Fed rates need to go. Must compare the risks of doing too much versus not enough. All of this news flow is the opposite. The thing is, if anyone, like I showed you that video in the last one, of Jerome Powell, when he was told the market was rallying, he turned around and he was not happy whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you've just shown him a 6% rally on a 0.2% drop in inflation. Like, he is looking at that thinking he is trying his best to tighten conditions. And when you have this 6% explosion upwards, that's completely loosening everything that he does. Because the people who are making money on that are going to be spending that profit. And that's not what he wants. And the more exuberant people get on the pivot, the less likely he is to do it. He has made it very, very clear that he would rather crush the market and then print more money than not crush the market and risk inflation being embedded. And that's the key difference. This is only encouraging him to slam it back down.
I mean, I think the best thing we can do is watch Jim Cramer. And if he's bearish, then we should buy the bottoms in.
Let me also point out that it is the reason that we're doing what we're doing right now as we're doing it is because Jerome Powell was inactive and did not handle business in the beginning. So he is prone to mistakes. So, he's not as predictable as we would like. He doesn't really bow to market conditions. So just like Dom's saying, he could easily screw this up and say, we're going to draw it down because he's going to bow to some pressure, or he can make it even worse.
Or just buy micro caps, ride them up 10,000x and cash out like the Moon King does.
The thing is with Jerome, the problem is monetary policy and central bank, their main, the thing that holds everything together is central bank credibility. If people realize that the monetary system is a giant Ponzi, which it is, if people realize that, which they are beginning to, the reason why you have this AMC, GME stuff and all of this meme stocks is coming out is because people have cottoned on to the fact that money printer go up, stocks go up. Stocks only go up. And it's true, they do only go up because when they go down, they turn the money printer back on. And now that people know the game, that is why it is so important to Jerome Powell to absolutely destroy the market, to get these people out. Because if people figure it out that money printer go on, stocks go up, then suddenly that is literally causing hell for the monetary system, because it only works if people are not just making hand over fist. If everybody starts buying every time he turns the printer on, then inflation is going to go nuts every time. And too many people are too used to this being reality now, ever since COVID. So he has got to scare the living shit out of these people to make them no longer think that stocks only go up. And once he achieves that, that is when he will pivot. Nobody ever wants to buy stocks when Jerome pivots or the Fed pivots. Like,
Agreed.
is like the most like fear-inducing. Like, people think it is over. Like, the monetary system is collapsing. I am going to go to a nuclear fallout shelter and just live there on beans. Like, that is the sort of fear that you need for a pivot. And right now, just, you know, a slow, gradual 30% drop over a year, that is not fair. The stock market has never in history bottomed without the VIX being over 45, and currently it's like 23. Like, it has to get twice as scary as the scariest it's been this year, historically, for a bear market to have bottomed. Like, that is a cold, hard fact. The VIX has never, ever been wrong above 45 in terms of calling like a bottom. But right now, yeah, we have not bottomed. And the reason why is because it would be the first bear market in history of like 10 different indicators if it did. It's, yeah, nowhere near.
You gotta love it. And the people in the comments, in the chat, all with great comments, talking about the recession, talking about layoffs. B-Roots' #1 fan, Warren B. If you zoom in on that profile picture, you can see he's wearing a diaper with a shit stain on his nose. So, yep, follow B-Roots, and you can do that as
he's
well.
protecting people with his mask.
He's the last person who sold his car for
Jake knows all about wearing masks in California.
For real.
So Crypto Bull said, while BitBoy Crypto was busy protecting investors, Gary Gensler and the SEC were busy meeting with FTX and suing Ripple, which they were. They were meeting with FTX and they're suing Ripple, the most transparent company in all of crypto. I think it's fair to say the system is broken. BitBoy Crypto giving really zero fucks, saying, don't worry, Gary. As soon as I'm done with SBF, all caps, we are coming for you. We have an army and will not be stopped. Let's make sure he sees it.
He's
tagging
Maxi.
But just,
toxic,
I mean, dude,
bro.
Tagging the head of the SEC like that as well. It's like, that's you're taking on.
But it's true, man.
No.
It
Bitcoin
is true.
Crypto has lost all respect in the crypto industry, being a snitch / like toxic. Like, he's egging on the toxicity that we all hate in crypto. You see these toxic people coming in from like Hex and all that stuff coming in here saying blah blah blah. This is how you should be doing. Blah blah blah. Like, that's what BitBoy is doing right now. No one likes that. So
I would disagree with that.
No, bro, because it's like, listen, Jake, you never asked me the question, and I'm gonna answer it.
What question?
Does regulation need here in crypto?
Yep.
No, it does not. You are your own individual. You are your own bank. Learn the game and figure out for yourself what you need to do and what you need not to do, who you need to do business with and who you don't need to do business with. The whole reason for crypto, Bitcoin in itself, was not to even deal with those stupid centralized exchanges.
Yeah.
Yet
true.
You go ahead and go back to that.
True.
And now I'm not saying like we don't need centralized exchanges or we don't want them. What I'm saying is your mentality is like, we need them. We really, please take my money and help me out. Like you don't need that. So do we need more regulation? We don't need it. No, you don't need anything. We were doing fine without it.
I'll believe
Well, listen.
BitBoy is actually like, you know, caring. He's talking about you know, we have an army. Like, he's never talked about Cult, ignores them every single time, even though they are apparently like, well, apparently he is so aligned to everything that they talk about. Like, but he says he's got an army, but he's not asking anyone for help, is he? He's just screaming by himself. Like, he has the opportunity to garner support of a community which is literally built for this very purpose, and instead he's just shouting against the wall, at home. Like if he has an army, then utilize it, because he does, but he's just out there shouting at a wall. He has got an army, but he's not talking to him. So if you want support, go and ask for it. Otherwise, you're just shouting in your living room.
2 years from now, the BNB roots is going to stand for BitBoy Crypto. We all know it.
Hey, listen, I 100% agree with B-Roots.
BitBoy Crypto Roots.
We are our own bank in crypto. If you make a mistake, it's on you. If you let banks handle your money and they make a mistake, then you're pissed off because they made the mistake when they're the so-called experts. So I 100% agree with that. You have to be your own bank. You have to deal with centralized exchanges the way you want to. We do need them. We don't absolutely need them, but to cash out and for certain reasons, they are important. But I agree with BitBoy. I'm glad he's a big figure speaking out against corruption. We all know Gary Gensler has his pockets lined by all the hedge funds, all the manipulation. He turns his eyes on all the corruption in the markets. And it's good to see a big name in crypto speak out against it. And yes, I don't like the drama, B-Roots. I'm not about that. And it might provoke it a little bit. But for him standing up against corruption and going to Dom's point, this is everything Colt is about. So why doesn't he get the army of Colt backing behind him and actually go fight something and really bring an army with him?
Agreed.
Before BitBoy became who he was that we don't like, he was us. He was a guy out here on YouTube doing this shit, and he got a little bit full of himself, and he decided that he knew better than everybody else because he got that celebrity status. He got his head full of pie in the sky dreams and stuff like that. And guess what? It looks like to me, and I could be wrong, but it looks like to me that he is right now on what is called basically an apology tour, where he's trying to go back and say, hey, look, I realize I screwed up. He did an interview where he did say some stuff like this. Like, I screwed up, and I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to be who I was supposed to be, not who I became. And, it really looks like he's kind of changed for the better.
Yeah, pride comes.
I'm gonna tell you what he's doing. I'm gonna tell you what he's doing.
Tell us.
And I'm gonna tell you exactly what BitBoy is doing.
Tell us.
He's taking a page out of Richard Hart's book.
You think?
So he's doing the I told you so. He's doing you saw him dressing up in Gucci. He tried the outrage marketing. So you saw him do stuff like that. He's not doing it anymore. So he was flirting around how he wants to act.
He is in Givenchy right here. Givenchy.
So now what he's doing is he's literally, if you go to Richard Hart's Twitter page, that tweet is something exactly. Are you really?
I'm kidding. You are.
That tweet is something exactly that Richard Hart would say.
Oh, what did Richard Hart say?
I want my apology.
USDT is losing its peg. Hopefully nothing, as DAI has exposure to USDT. I think USDC is a better option for many. I see on the chart that it's depegged at 94 cents before and bounced back in May. Hopefully it's just another one of those.
Richard Hart's wrong. DAI does not have any exposure to USDT, but it is very, very, very exposed to USDC.
Are you sure about that?
Unless they changed all of their USDC, of which they had about 40% backing of it, to USDT, then yes, I am sure.
Should we comment on it live on the stream and 200 people go rate it and let them know and say, DAI has no exposure to USDC, Richard? I
guarantee you he's watching that every tweet. He will respond.
USDT. I am certain that they used to have, unless they've changed it now, which is the only thing that I am
here we go.
No, you got to get his attention. Say, Richard, you are wrong. That will get his attention.
He doesn't like people calling him wrong. Now, B-Roots, do you
that's
use
how I got blocked. That's how I got blocked, because I called it out. I was like,
I'll do the research. Because we have 200 people in here that will go comment and like it and get it to the top of his profile.
Oh, why are you afraid of it?
Here we are.
I don't like to call someone wrong if they're not wrong. You're wrong about the bottom. I'll call that.
2 weeks ago, MakerDAO votes to custody 1.6 billion in USDC with Coinbase. So unless
do it, Jake.
Do it, Jake.
1.6
Don't be
billion
afraid, bro.
worth of it, with its institutional grade allowing it. USDC represents 1/3 of the treasury backing the PEG stability module, which allows users to deposit collateral in exchange for DAI. So if 1/3 is USDC, then what is the likelihood that USDT is more than 1/3, considering how much like ETH and everything will be in there? Let's take a look.
But Jake, your tweet is wrong. Your tweet is wrong the way you worded it.
Yeah,
like, you're
because
saying it has no
exposure.
Yeah,
No exposure.
He'll rip you another one if you say that.
Oh fuck! I just tweeted it. Elon, it won't let me delete. No, so yeah, they probably do have some exposure, but it's not majority exposure. I think a better way to put it would be like he commented about I think USDC is a better option for many. I should say, hey Richard, your tweet is misworded. DAI has a majority exposure to USDC and not USDT. That would be better put.
There you go. Drop it.
But at the same token,
He ain't gonna do
Jake's not trying to get it locked.
Jake ain't doing it.
but he already knows I'm friends with 𝗪𝗧𝗛, and he's like, what? This kid one tweet away, and I'm blocking him. He's gonna send me to the shadow realm like he sent 𝗪𝗧𝗛 to the absolute shadow realm.
He basically, the reason why he blocked me, I'm gonna tell you why he blocked me. He said he called the top on the day. He did not call the top on the day. The top on the day was in November of 2021, which means he did not call the top of the day. So he says, oh, well, it was a double top. It doesn't matter. It went $4,000 higher than your last call. So you didn't call it. You called the local top. And that's how I got blocked.
He got the local top, guys. And we have over 200 people in the stream right now. 84 likes, guys. Let's get to 100 likes for the good numbers if you're bullish on crypto. What's up, Stevie? How are you doing? Good to see you here.
You might lose about 150 right now because I got to go. I got an appointment that I got to get to. So remember, 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗏 did not call the bottom.
Nope.
Don't forget that. But at the same time, neither did I. And I don't have two 10,000 X's. So if you're not already, you better be following 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗏 because this motherfucker knows his meme coins. And but I'm still gonna talk shit. So
hey, well, can we do?
Hey, man, we get you on. Yeah, guys.
Let's do a we gotta do a debate. 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗏 and 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗏. I think the people want to see it, so let's set that up pretty soon.
Oh no, Cult needs to drop one more zero before I can even pay attention.
Oh god.
Yeah.
It's not our fault you were late to the party.
Remember that party we talked about?
Oh, the party, baby.
I was. I said like 3 months ago, I was like, if it doesn't hit, they can't even support 14 at this point. And then, of course, the market just tanked. But, listen, I bet 𝗪𝗧𝗏𝗏 and I bet $1,000 that it would, 100x? And I'm wishing for it to do it because I want to see everybody succeed and I want to see everybody make money. But I'm going to talk shit until then.
Hey, please buy some proof of memes, brother.
Hey, 33 million. It's the lowest it's going. 33 million.
It's on sale like a motherfucker today.
That's right, bro. And let's look at the layer one. $230 million market cap. Jake Gagan.
Nice.
Bullish.
Are you bullish?
Yep.
Jake, you owe charity $2,000.
No, we bet on you're wrong twice. We bet on ETH 2.0, which is at a $17 million market cap. It was to get to 100 million, and then you're wrong about the Bitcoin bottom. Please, we love you. Thanks for coming on. And wow, our follower count just went up 400. Oh my god.
God damn. All right, later, guys.
Wow, look at this. Our follower is busting right now. Dom, what the hell? Please come in here to stone shade on Cult like that.
We're talking about Richard Hart. That's the minions are probably coming in.
Why did you just throw so much shade? No, we actually didn't go 400. That was just a joke to so please, why do he comes and dunks on fucking Colt before he gets off here? Because he got in late. It's like, damn. It's not our fault. I like that comment.
He's on that FUD. He's on that FUD to get a lower price.
So here's the thing, though. This right here, guys, is definitely spelled plebe and not pleb. Just so everybody's like, that's plebe.
Pleb, 100%.
That's pleb, bro.
That's in America.
You can say Janko 0 hex.
That's a plebe in America.
Janko and 0
in
hex.
London, they might say pleb as they say Vitalik. Vitalik Buterin. Vitalik. Now, what are you so focused on down there? How can we?
I'm trying to find, but I can't find any mention of Tether in MakerDAO. I was trying to find the makeup of the treasury, but they didn't mention anything about
Tether.
Dom, are you 8-bit into Meme Classic?
Meme Classic.
What's meme classic?
Jake, let's get. Are you able to bring up?
Anything you want.
Not any.
But will you hear my sound?
Oh yeah, you can bring up your screen and I'll hear your sound. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's go here.
What does the chat say? Is it pleb or plebe? Someone's saying, but if you spell it like plebe, it's called plebe.
Pleb.
I know this is pleb. This is pleb. But if you spell it plebe,
man,
just
we got to take Jake to a pulse chain or a hex conference.
So say these things.
Gosh.
The first one, Ian, pronounce the first one. Feb, and then pronounce the second one. Phoebe. All I know is revolt, cult, and vent. That's all I know. 2024 run for president. We got to talk about Trump possibly running for president. I know Ian sent me something the other day about him potentially running. I think that Joe Biden actually just announced that he's rerunning for 2024. I don't know if that's even possible. Not to be mean.
You're voting for, Jake.
Not to be mean. I just don't.
Out.
I don't know if that's possible.
Listen, man. If Trump announces
here's the picture.
He is running. If Trump announces that he's running, and obviously, I believe like 𝗖𝗎𝗧𝗛𝗧. I think the markets will pump, but the Trump coin that people decide is the official one.
Here's the degen.
Thing will moon.
Bro, do you realize that Trump has a copyright on all of his names? Like, dude, that's how degen. Like, dude, what are we talking about? The Trump coin, man. You need to buy some Bitcoin and ETH. It's gonna pump and then dump, dude. It's not gonna go anywhere.
Dude,
he has no chance to survive, bro. His name is copyrighted all over. You can't even say the word Trump without getting copyrighted. It's like now you think the Trump coin's gonna moon. The Trump coin, it would moon to about a 10 million market cap before it gets shut down. Like you can't use his name.
Okay, but that's how many X, Jake?
I mean, for
you're around 100K.
You're a 2X guy. You're a 2X guy.
Yeah, right. Jake, you're a 0X gang guy. Bro, if I get in,
Ian, the Jeet that he hates. Dom's ready for us for some real shit.
We have nailed. So as of June 2022, in a full asset report, there is only Pax Dollar, USDP, Wrapped Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC that is backing DAI. Only 8.52% is listed as other. So Richard Hart is wrong.
Let's go. We're doing our research, baby. Right. Let's call him out.
Bro, you see that the chat is looking for the right Trump coin, man.
I'm in for it, dude. I'm just saying.
Are you in? Are you in for good gains?
Yeah, I'm in for good gains. I'm just saying, like the name Trump, like, dude, like we can't just say like, oh, the Trump coin, like it's never gonna hit a $1 billion markup. It's never gonna hit 100 million. Like, dude, that's the most copyright name in the history of copyrights. How's that other Trump coin doing? I even checked.
Well,
the one
you
guys
can't
called.
You can't copyright your name.
Yeah,
his name is copyrighted. Trump. No, it's not a name. Dude. It's a brand. It's a brand. Do we call it Richard Hart or no?
Yeah, bro, call it out. Don't be afraid. Why are you still thinking about that? I thought we did that a long time ago.
No, we had to check.
Jake's over here like just.
What do we say, Dom? Dom, you're my. Let's read his tweet. He said USDT is losing its peg. Hopefully, it's nothing as DAI has exposure to USDT. I think USDC is a better option for many. I see on the chart that it's deep pegged at 94 cents. How do we rebuttal this, Dom? You're a wordsmith.
You say.
Say May. May, it's a bit like that.
you say the exposure.
Richard, you're wrong. Yes, there you go.
Primarily to USDC, not USDT. In fact, USDT makes up single-digit percentages, if at all, according to.
Slow down. There we go.
Jake's going to try to get all the credit for it, so he looks like
I'm not trying to get all the credit. There's 200 people watching it get read to me. I'm just the spokesperson for Dom, because Dom's a developer. All right. In fact, USDT makes up single-digit percentages.
Oh, here we go. I've got a. Here you go. Here's a link which will give the chart, and this is from the Defiant.
Dom's so good. 2nd. I wish I was this good.
At the end,
but I am Doom King.
At the end, put please apologize.
and then comment below and say and unblock the Moon King.
Tell you what,
yeah.
You know that he is most certainly going to come back and say, "See, they have to call me out when I'm wrong because of how often I'm always right." Like he's going to say some bullshit like that.
It's going to be some narcissistic answer.
He probably won't even respond, dude. He's not
No,
gonna
he will.
I'll get to a stage where they have to
He's definitely
So how do you end it? In fact,
it's funny, man.
USDT makes up single-digit percentages. That's it.
Less than single-digit percentages.
Makes up less than, yeah.
If at all.
Comma, if at all, full stop. And yeah, you put that in. Do it.
No, I don't need to do that.
No, do it.
Do it. He wants it.
Yeah, oh my god, nice little debate going. Actually, it would be. I mean, they're
bullish. This is bullish.
He would probably say why doesn't Dominic just comment it?
This is bullish for Vemp.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
I'll just post this video.
It's not bullish for Vemp because this is what's gonna happen. He's going to like find a way to tell you like this is gonna turn into why people shouldn't invest in Vemp. Like he's gonna try to tweak it.
Okay.
So just take your name off.
And then we can get a nice little debate going back and forth.
All right, we're live. Hey, chat, 200 people in here.
Let's go chat.
Go show some love.
I doubt he'd reply because of the fact that he actually is wrong.
Let's see. Well, the chat's going to blow it up. Go comment. Go like it. Go retweet it. Get it to the top of his profile.
All joking aside, Richard Hart is right a lot.
He is, dude. He's a
G.
He
is right. He is right a lot. He is a borderline, I would say, borderline genius. But
I'm going to pin it to my profile.
Things that need to be tweaked.
If anybody ever makes such a point of how right they are,
it's pinned to my profile.
They should expect to be completely taken apart when they are wrong. As in, if you are if you are so happy to be right and you let everybody know how happy you are to be right, then when you're wrong, don't complain if people call you up on it. If you're humble, then fine. But yeah, like as in, originally there was a proposal to potentially swap the USDC, but it wasn't to Tether, it was to ETH. And the reason why is you can't call yourself a decentralized stablecoin if you are backed by a centralized stablecoin called Tether. Like the same thing is why they've given exposure away of USDC to Coinbase, the exact same thing. You cannot be a decentralized stablecoin with a centralized stablecoin backing you. Otherwise, you no longer are a decentralized stablecoin. And that is why there is no Tether in it.
Let me just give Dom a shout. This is why I invest in people and not that's why I do invest in people, not anything else. I invest in people because of this. Like, dude, Dom, literally, we had a tweet come out, and most people would have just taken it as fact, right? Hopefully, it's nothing. USDT is losing its peg as DAI has exposure to USDT, and Dom literally goes in, does the research, finds the chart, and shows that their exposure. And when was this posted? How do we know the exact date? Does it show you
September the 2nd? The article was posted. So,
unless something happened in 2 months.
If you scroll up, it's at the top. But yeah, it's always been USDC. There was. When Tornado Cash blacklisted the addresses, there was discussions about whether to convert it all, but they haven't yet. And the proposal was to convert it to Ethereum. But yeah, you can even see they have Pax Dollar. Like, what is Pax Dollar?
What is it?
It's just another like stable coin, but it's not popular. The thing is, they wouldn't have that if they wanted Tether. As in, they'd have Tether. So I'm pretty sure that they have zero, but it could be under the other. Well,
we like it. Chat's blowing it up on Twitter. Hopefully, we get a original response.
While the chat's blowing things up, can you have them like and comment on the Gokhshtein Radio, Gokhshtein Media, where I shared my testimony and we talked things about crypto, man. That was
that was actually cool. Let's play it. That was actually a really great interview. I really do think we need to do that in more detail. And then I'm gonna get to Nick's comment. Dom, while I pull this up, can you do us a favor and say the word fish?
Fish.
I
don't know. Someone just said Dom's crypto invested. Dom say fish. I don't get it either.
I don't either. But that's weird.
Yeah, that was a
look on Dom's face.
Yeah, fish.
Well, I was trying to think. Am I like? What am I putting my like? I was thinking, is that a shill?
I have no idea.
Is there a
Dom,
fish token?
No, Dom.
Yeah, it's probably.
Now there's a fish token.
Last time this happened,
I actually found I found a token that's right up your street. I don't know who says it, but one of you says I'm all in a lot.
What's
I think
all
it's
in?
Ian. I think it's
What?
Ian. It says I'm all in.
I'm all in, baby.
I'm all in.
I think it's you. So anyway, I bought a token called All In recently. That's the reason I say it, and I thought of you. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it was you, Ian.
Send
Anyway.
Dex Tools link, my friend. Secret sauce. No, just kidding.
What is DJ TV? DJ Doge TV streaming
yeah, Doge
NBA
TV.
games later in the Telegram with giveaways showcasing the stream free. Sick, man. You're streaming copyrighted stuff for free. Gonna be a big token.
I
JBM.
knew Jake was gonna like that one.
Dude, like,
bro, we're gonna.
I
we're
knew Jake was gonna like
streaming
that one.
We're
NBA
partnering
games.
up with them and sending them to the moon, Jake.
Streaming, yeah, to
There
the
you go. I
dome.
sent you the Dex tools. All in.
We missed my dude. Gotch team, they do so good. Their editor is like.
No, I
so
tried to
on
play
point.
it, but my thing wasn't. My internet, as you know, is kind of. I think I just had to restart my computer. But here it is, guys. Blockchain Buzz, episode 5, live with Ian the Hurricane Heinrich. Like we said, we talk about his story quite a bit. Let's try to give it one more share. If not, I'll explain it in words. But
Presenting Ian.
yeah, so it's not going to work.
Gosh, Jake, man. Just let me
Because
share this
you have like
thing, bro.
15
Like,
tabs up.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I've got like 50 tabs up. My shit ain't buffering like that.
I got Dex tools up. I've got Solana chart up. I got Bitcoin, and I've got All In. All
Tom, what are we
in.
thinking for
All
Solana?
in,
Tom, what are
baby.
we thinking for Solana? 'Cause
You
the
know what?
first,
Bring that up. I'm
the
going
first-
to be the Doom King.
the first message that I woke up to this morning was Ian Heinrich. It's like, bro, Jake, sell all your Solana. It's going to zero. And I texted him. I was like, stop! Don't
I
text me
did
shit like
not
that.
say it's going
7
to
a.m.
0. I
You
did not
did.
say it's going. No, I said it's not looking good. The
I was like,
people
bro.
are unstaking and they're gonna dump on your head, Jake.
Don, what do you think?
So yesterday I shorted 10,000 Solana at around sort of $16, and I sold 8,000 of that 10,000 short, and I am again another 10,000 in short from around the same level that we are now. I think I was at a Solana conference in Lisbon and caught bloody COVID there, but it's an impressive community, and it's not going to end up like Luna, because Luna had a problem where every time somebody was minting UST, it minted Luna, and people were minting it so much because it was cheaper that it was minting Luna, and then they sell the Luna. So it printed tons of Luna, which made it go to like 0.00 whatever it is. So Solana doesn't have that problem. It will suffer because obviously a lot of people will have lost a lot of money in. If you own Solana, you probably own Serum. If you own Serum, you probably own Solana. Or if you own Aptos, you're probably owning it. So there's going to be a lot of sell pressure still, but it's going to like chuck around like a meme coin. I'm very, very wide stops, like over a 20% wide stop. So yeah, I think there's more downside to come, but I don't think it's the end of Solana personally.
Me neither.
And I would buy more. So I originally bought Solana back in 2020 at $7, and I sold it at $240. And now I think I'm going to get the chance to buy it again at $7.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. It's like the fundamentals haven't changed. The only thing that happened with Solana that was bad was the fact that their biggest investor was Alameda and Sam Bankman-Fried. And to pair that up, 10% of the tokens, I think $1 billion worth unlock today or just unlocked. So it's like it was just a bad case, but nothing's changed with Solana. The fundamentals are still the same. The community's still there. The devs are still there. And you might not, and I understand Solana's had its issues, right? Like it's had power outages. It's had outages. It hasn't been as on point as people want, but nothing's changed with Solana. So I agree. I haven't bought any yet. I'm going to be waiting to buy more, but this is still a token, a layer 1 token I'm betting on, and that will be here for the long term.
Hey, Dom, read the private chat first before I talk.
And then B-Root said, yo, Jake, still have 3 videos to do. Prob 4 minutes, tops worth. Great to end with. Share your screen. I see it here, but it's like change it. So it's not just, so it's not.
Yeah, I just want to put my 2 cents in first.
Yeah, change your screen though, so I can pull it up.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
And keep in mind before B-Root says his thing, let's keep in mind that he was wrong about the Bitcoin bottom. So take everything he says with a grain of salt, because you're going to try to wreck a token that I like, and we're going to see what you say.
Share the screen, please. Let me know when I'm good.
Zoom in. You're
mess it up.
shared.
Okay.
You're shared.
All
Zoom
right.
in, and then
So
click that
someone did
hide
a
button on the
tweet.
bottom. Click that hide button on the bottom. Thank you.
Okay.
Zoom in.
So someone did a tweet, and I said, Solana is never going to see the top 10 ever again. Ever.
That's my CMO.
And someone goes,
Estefano Vemp.
I tried to hide it. So I go funny. They said the same thing about Tron, IOTA, NEM, Litecoin, and Stellar. Now, I want everything to do well, and I think Solana it's going to be tough to come back from this. Why I say that is because here's a screenshot of the top 10 of 2018. Now, there are some massive communities in this actual top 10. Bitcoin Cash was a massive community. NEM was a massive community. Litecoin, massive. Tron was probably the biggest out of these top 10. Stellar, IOTA, huge narratives, huge community.
Look at that XRP price.
None of them.
Wow.
None of them are in the top 25 right now.
Really?
This is what happens. This is what happens during, I call this the flippening. Everyone talks about the flippening of Ethereum and Bitcoin. I call it the flippening of the top 50. If you look at the historical snapshot, which is on CoinMarketCap, and go at each bull run, at the end of each bull run, and you literally snapshot the top 10, it's completely different. These coins I call one cycle coins. They come in, they have all the hype, they get these massive communities, and then usually founders kind of dump and disappear, and they slowly fade out of existence outside of the top 50.
I love to wind up I love to wind up Estefano and my team as well. So my CMO and my ventures lead are so bullish on Solana, but it's only because they've been to tons of Solana events. But after going to the event a few days back, the difference is between that screenshot, for example, in 2018, is that Litecoin, Stellar, IOTA, Tron, Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, all of them back then, the only one that could be built on top of was Ethereum. As in, they had a community that loved the token, loved the coin, but they were only able to buy it and hope it got adoption, that singular coin. So to me, Litecoin is more of a token example. It's not, even though it is a blockchain, it doesn't have the smart contracts. Like ADA, for example, they thought when they get smart contracts, obviously everyone's going to come in, but they didn't. But Solana does have not just a community, but a community of builders. And if the builders are deploying projects, you've got like Star Atlas, you've got tons and tons of games deploying on it, then it has that demand. Just like BNB. BNB has a lot of stuff built on it, arguably more than Solana, definitely more built on it than Solana, but in terms of like legitimate projects, probably an equal amount. But, it's one of those things where people just know it's hard to know decent Solana projects if you're not in that ecosystem, because it's a completely different wallet. So there's a lot of stuff that we're not aware of, and I'm the same. I can't believe I'm arguing for Solana right now, because my team will be watching this saying, "Oh my God, we've got him." Not yet, but yeah, I mean, I was very much the same, but I think they do have people building on the chain, and that will see them through. Because they do have people who are not just people who aren't just interested in the token going up and getting adoption. They have people who are relying on it, and when people rely on it, they are actively pushing it and actively pushing for adoption amongst other builders. But yeah, the community. If you were at the conference I was at, I think you'd be impressed.
You have to. I believe you gotta. If it's gonna be a big if they survive this, and they're still remaining in the top 25 in the next 3 to 6 months, I would say they're here to stay.
They're here to stay. You can.
I personally think it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 gamble, man.
It's risky. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't invest anymore.
It's up 10% on the day as of right now, and it's back at $20.
Liquidity pump. No, it's at.
Well, here's the thing: it's down
$16,
46% in the last 7 days. So you have to. I mean, nothing just goes straight down to death unless it's like a
I think there's more downside to come. Don't get me wrong.
Me too.
Yeah,
me too. But
what a big scam! Like
$16.
People are crazy, aren't they?
It's not a scam. I don't think it's a scam.
It's like it's
down.
in the bear market. Like honestly, like CMC comments was the worst idea in the world. I don't think anybody has ever read something on CMC comments and thought that
CMC comments.
If you go back, as in CoinMarketCap. So if you go back, like now, if you look at any token, any coin, and you look at the comments, it's just a bunch of like. It's
you're talking about this right here.
There is nothing useful whatsoever. You even see like Soul scam, like you even see like Bitcoin, like people like call it a scam just because it goes down. It's crazy.
They're trying to start though, they're trying to start a social media type esque.
Yeah, and it's all it is just 24/7 abuse. It was the worst idea in the world.
Stay strong, guys. If we pass this wave, we will survive everything.
You just liked it.
No, I didn't. Did I? I don't even have an account on here.
Oh, yeah. I saw the red heart.
Soul, what a big scam. They have 125 likes though. Soul and FTT are dead. How is FTT doing, guys? Did they stop trading on that yet? Is it going to turn into FTT Classic?
Is it going to be another oh god moment?
Yeah, $3. Oh, this is. Look at this chart. Oh, look at that. It looks like Luna. It looks like Luna. B-Roots, you have a chart pulled up?
Yeah.
And then we're going to wrap it up in about 10 minutes here, hour 45 minutes. The Crypto King Show, the number one show in cryptocurrency with the Doom King. I think the internet's having bad connections again.
Oh, no, there's no bad connections. Jake Gagan, if I am McDonald's, you are LJS. All you do is fish for engagement from the battered, broken down crumbs of crypto. Sir, you are the definition of the crypto version of Long John Silver. Now, many people probably have no idea what Long John Silver is, and they might not get this joke. Allow me to explain to you what this means.
And this is 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗖𝗧.
Can you hear this?
I don't believe we can hear it. You have to hit remove.
Huh?
Here, hit remove, and then you have to click in the bottom left-hand corner. There's like a when you share your screen, there's like a share audio system, share system audio.
So I gotta stop sharing my screen.
Yeah.
All right, so I stopped it.
Present. Share system audio. Click your screen, and you should be good to go.
There is no share system audio.
No.
It's slides, video file.
In the bottom left-hand corner, there's like a click box. Share system audio.
No, I don't see it.
You
guys see that?
I have one on my.
You can do it.
No, I think other people can share audio. I had Rodney do it the other day. He shared a video. It should be in there in the bottom left. But if not, it's on your Twitter page, guys. If people want to go watch it, go watch B-Roots.
Send it in the private chat. I'll see if I can pull it up for you.
Go watch
B-Roots' lame ass comment.
What is it? Is it on Twitter?
We also got to see our boy. We also got to see our boy who sold his car for Vamp. So we got to do all that stuff.
Yeah, it's not. I can't believe my internet's. Maybe if I get out of there.
Yeah, sir. There it is. I just put it in there.
Yeah, my internet's. Call me crazy, but I like Long John Silver.
Oh no, he did not just do that.
Is that fast food fish?
Yes. No, you do not. I hear it. I just need to see it. We just can't see it.
You know how to mute it. That was so loud.
Let me get it.
Was that me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
No, it was him. Oh, it was Dom. All right, we got Dom up. Let's watch that.
Let me know if you can hear the audio.
All right, play it. Yeah, I can hear it.
Yep, we're good.
Let's watch B-Roots' lame ass comments.
This is Jake. Pure definition of Jake.
Never get back of our lives. Thanks for doing that.
Jake's back.
What was that? I wasn't even watching. That was the dumbest comeback, dude. That's literally like people post stuff like that. That was terrible, Dom. Was that terrible or what?
Jake,
That was like, I mean,
Dom has no idea what like Long John Silver.
Well, and
is.
English
There's-
people, to be
there's
fair,
nothing
are
wrong
different.
with that, man.
I got the concept. It's just like it just wasn't funny.
Yeah, it just sucked. I was like, you owe me. I charge $1,000 an hour. You owe me whatever that is divided by 2. That was the worst thing I've seen in my life.
We'd be better off watching my video.
For what? For what?
All right,
my services.
let's find the people. Let's get the people up who.
What was
Whatever
it,
happened with
B-Roots?
whatever happened with Richard Hart? Anything coming of that?
I don't know. Let's check that right
Check
now.
before we get out of here.
Also,
You think he would respond?
Yes.
He will. I mean, I guarantee he saw the chat. He saw the tweet. Like he probably stays on Twitter. Like
I'm a fan of Richard too, but I just thought, Dom said he was wrong. I was like, should we comment it?
we ready for sold a car for them?
Oh, here it is.
yeah, we got to end off with that for sure.
9 comments.
Here, Dom. Oh, you already got that?
Jake Gaines says the person who promotes shitcoins like 𝗖𝗧𝗏.
Guys, let us know. Should we buy Vamp on the dip or should we buy Cult?
I think we should go hard Cult, hard Vamp. I'm still leaning 70% Vamp, 30% Cult.
I'm leaning 60-40 Cult Vamp.
That's not bad. I wouldn't be mad at that. I might just be the next Moon King, 2024, 2025.
Wow. So this is what space is like.
The crypto markets are down bad.
Oh, is it looping? Oh, there we go. I think I also saw that they copy traded me last night, and they bought Vemp and they bought Cult when I did, and yeah, they're both up. There you go. Why thinks I'm crazy? I promise you, I'm going to change their lives. Cult is the way. Vemp is the way.
I like that.
Do the hold on, don't stop sharing.
Oh.
Because he's explaining what he's doing. If you watch the original one, it's like 30 seconds. He's explaining what he's doing. He's like going through the bear market, and he's gonna just like sell a bunch of stuff, and that kind of explains what he's doing. So there will be a lot more videos like this. So I think we should at least.
I like this. This is cool, and this shows that you're doing something right too, B-Roots. If someone's like
Oh,
posting content like this about you, it's pretty cool.
No,
yeah, right there. That one right there. That one right there.
There we go. He's probably
the
watching.
video right there.
Is he in the comments?
Yeah, he's definitely watching. He's a good guy. Scroll up. Other way.
Oh.
Other way. There you go. Right there. That video right there. He's explaining everything he's gonna do.
So I'm going to be doing a series of different jobs, photography, videography, and every dollar that I get from it, me personally at my company, we're going to be investing it into Vamp, proof of memes, and
Let's go.
Any other projects that we really like, Pulse Chain, and we're going to see how this turns out in 3 to 4 years. So I'm going to be doing a series.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. He's got great projects: Vamp, proof of memes, Cult. Freaking Pulse Chain, like the guy's probably gonna have more good gains
than Jake Gagain.
Coming from the guy that's literally just waiting for something called Trump coin. I can't wait for Trump coin to come out. Like
I can't, Jake. Why are you hating on Trump coin, man? Just because you voted for Biden doesn't mean you can't make money on Trump coins.
Just the copyright, man. Me and Dom are in the big leagues. You guys are still in the microcap space, so you'll catch up soon.
I wouldn't say that about Dom.
Yeah, you know me. You know me. I'm all in.
All in, baby. Meme classic, all in.
All in. Well, guys, that's the show. Hour 45 minutes, an incredible stream. B-Roots, that's the last time I shit on you publicly. I just you called the Bitcoin bottom so confidently that you knew that if it didn't hit, we would have to have this episode. So we went a little hard today. Obviously, we'll be a little nicer because we do love you and you do great. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in. B-Roots, the Moon King. We appreciate you, Dom, as always. Thanks for sharing your information, Ian. Our episode on Gakishin Media is now live. So, guys, if you want to see Ian's episode, his testimony, his story, go check that out. We appreciate all of you guys. 230 people, all-time high today. Leaves in the chat as well. Leaves came in. Great show, guys. We appreciate you. We will be back tomorrow. I'll be back at 9 a.m. PST. Me and Roddy on the Crypto Hour. We're going to be joined by number 5 ranked UFC middleweight in the world, Derek Brunson, is going to be on the stream tomorrow. And then the Crypto Kings are live on Shill Tank at 9:30 a.m. PST on Ian Heinich's Twitter page. So we appreciate you. Philip, you came in about an hour and 46 minutes too late, my brother. Good show, but you will be able to watch it because it is recorded. It is live. It was a really good show. Thank you all. Pineapple Steph, we love you. Thank you for your support. Manny the Well, we appreciate you. Estefano, buy Soul Bye, Estefano. We love you guys. See you all soon. Peace.